it's not gonna work here till everybody gets together. And to make it work and have a shelter, have somebody that'll take them. This lady right here, she's very versed in cats. And picking, I mean, anyway, we gotta start somewhere. Because now, whether you say, well, we're gonna do it this year, we're gonna do it next year, but I can, from my district, all you gotta do is ride over and them houses are just lined up and they're coming. And those people, you know, they're new. They're gonna want the animals picked up just like the rest.
We have an order for livestock, but not for dogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got to work towards it.
Cats, huh?
So feline got to
Yeah, we gotta make a start somewhere.
Everywhere else, this buku.
No, I mean, lady, you can say, the sheriff will speak behind you, just say what you need to say.
Take them, you know, but they just full of it, you just go, they all.
I think that one that got hit on Point Road,
Yeah,
right in the center of town yesterday.
yeah, some people take them and then some people that don't, but there's more than I think they're everywhere.
We don't have a control center for the animals.
I go out and feed the cats, I go out and feed them on the other side of the fence, but they have to eat something, so I just, that keep them from coming in the house all the time.
Okay, Ms. Leonard.
I'm sorry. School.
Hi, my name is Jan Leonard. Excuse me, I live here in Clinton. Please tell me if I'm talking too loud or not.
You're fine.
Okay, thank you. I am a volunteer, independent TNR trapper. And what TNR stands for is trap, neuter, return, and specifically feral and stray cats. I am on the agenda today, and I'm very disappointed. It just, you know, it just didn't work out. I need to come in with my presentation, and I would like to ask if it's possible that if we could table this, because I would like to provide more information to the public and the jury, you know, to our residents that would like to public comment, and maybe have some more information that would help all of you try to make a better decision about what to do. In the meantime, I've been trapping about 3 years, and the way it started is just as Ms. O'Quinn said. I call them feed breeds. You have somebody that's taking a stray cat, they start feeding it, and next thing you know, you have 40, 50, 60 cats that are breeding. And a lot of them are feral. We can't find homes for them. On the upside, I just took 10 cats from East Feliciana with a trap neuter return through the Humane Society of the Felicianas, which is our new shelter. They're trying to get set, all we have is ground there at DCI. So I took those cats to Walker. Mary Reese is the executive director of the shelter. She'll be running it. She has some wonderful plans to take care of this. In the meantime, unbeknownst to most people, there are a lot of people like me in our parish. As a matter of fact, on my way over here, one of the other trappers sent me there's 6 cats in Ethel that need to be trapped. I'm already working at a resident neighborhood in Ethel. There's 20 cats over there. I took 9 of them were females. One was pregnant, another one was in heat. Had those cats been allowed to breed, we would have between 34 and 58 new cats come February, March. They breed year-round, but they slow down during the winter. All of those cats, there was one male, so we cut off his little joyride, but every one of those cats would have been pregnant, and that's what I work to do. The way I started is a neighbor was doing that, and people are coming hard. You get a stray cat, they start feeding it. It was a mama with kids. Next thing you know, I've got 40 cats next door to me. They're coming over to my house. In my presentation, I'd like to cover some of the things. Mary has big plans with the shelter once we get it running. The issue is money. You can get big grants from Thistle Foundation. You know, there's lots of places that are giving money. And it's a catch-22 because you have to have a footprint before they'll give you money, and it takes money to get a footprint. So in the meantime, when I get to do my presentation, and Mr. Kent, I'm hoping will allow me to do that in February. I hope to do it before the public comment and before you voted on this ordinance. It's a little bit general, and I don't know how it's going to be enforced, and I don't think it's going to work because you're not stopping the breeding, which I'll cover in my presentation. Again, I'm independent. I trap everywhere. I trap in Baker, Zachary, Baton Rouge, North Baton Rouge, and wherever I go to trap, I use the resource that is available in that parish, and I have to follow their ordinances because I am assisting a resident of that parish. So anyway, I'm not quite happy with just sticking caps on with the dogs because there's some other issues. It's not going to be perfect. You just do what you do. We do have resources that most people don't know about. Those resources are out of parish, but they accept us. One of them is CAWS, Capital Area Animal Welfare Association. Anyone in our parish, they do Livingston, Ascension, Baton Rouge, and the surrounding parishes, and anyone can go online and they get a voucher. You do have to go to a veterinarian in Baton Rouge, get the cats spayed and neutered. They will review traps. If people can't do it themselves, they know about the trappers that are out there, and they will send calls to us, and we just get to them as we can. So if we could table this, and I've been here 20 years, and we've had this problem, so I don't think another couple more weeks is going to change anything, and we're not stopping the breeding right now. If anybody has any questions.
I have a question about the trapping thing. I see on Facebook, so many people, can't find my cat is missing, my dog is missing, and then of course somebody will say, well, if you wouldn't have picked it up, I'd have had it, I had to go find it over here, and it was only in my yard, and it was, I mean, how do y'all make sure you're
Yes,
not
ma'am.
picking up pieces?
I have a lady, I have 3 people in Ethel that I'm helping right now, that's the 20 cats. One of them is missing a cat that she's feeding, and with the trap neuter, which I'll explain to you guys in the program, they actually tip the ear of the cat. It doesn't hurt them, they're under
No.
anesthesia.
How do you know that you're not getting somebody's cat or somebody's dog?
Well, no, I don't do dogs. It's just strictly cats.
How do you know?
Because we work with the people. Someone called me to go out there and help with some cats. And that's where I went out and trapped. We talk to the people, find out whose cat belongs to who. If someone is responsible and has a pet that they spayed or neutered, it will be tattooed on its belly. Now, we can't see that until we take it to the vet. We never take a person's animal, and if they have an animal that's running loose that is not fixed, it gets spayed, neutered, or rabies shot, and it comes back if it's off property. And we try very hard not to do that. I will never take, none of us will ever take a cat and not return it. As a matter of fact, one of the rules with TNR is that we have to return it where we got it. And we don't ever do it on our own. We'll go knock on it. If I see cats, which is how I got the 20 cats over the year. I was helping one lady, I was on my way to bring her cat back, and there was a litter of cats everywhere. So I stopped, I said, hey, are those your cats? She said, yeah, they're strays. And I said, do you mind if I come and talk to you to spay and neuter them? And she said, oh God, yes. So that's how, and then someone else finds out, or we see cats, but it's always knocking on doors. And again, if the cat goes off property, there's no way for us to know, but we always bring it back. We will never take a cat. It's actually illegal. I'm going to include that statute. It's a Louisiana statute that you cannot abandon any animal. So these folks that are taking cats and going dumping them off, that's actually illegal. It's a misdemeanor. Just like a lot of rules, it's unenforceable unless you actually see someone do it.
I'm aware of the 5%. You get a lot of checks that the parent can't have all news in space, so we'll have to wait, get through presentation. They get some presentation.
Now, I'm no expert. I fell into this for the same reason that you know, some of what you guys are talking about. Next thing you know, it's like, where are all these cats coming from? And they can be a nuisance, and especially if they're feral. And, you know, you have mothers, and, you know, people with cats are jumping kittens. Well, I don't want 40 cats. That's how I got into this.
So we're gonna be taking this and postponing it until you presentation.
Thank you very, very much.
You know, all the things. So can a motion just-
I'd like to make one comment.
Go ahead.
What she was asking is, once you move from one step to another step, and you have animal control, it leaves like the sheriff, us, you have somebody in animal control. Your dog gets picked up, it goes to jail. And you don't get out of jail until you pay that fine, it's not tax.
Don't get the last time.
You know, so my wife worked in animal control at East Valley Parish for a long time. And it didn't make any difference who it was. Your dog got picked up, it was off leash, it was out of pen, you come buy the dog out of jail, and if you left it there too long, you know, too bad, so
That's what
say.
Jackson did, they did it for a while.
Yeah.
They even had a guy
And,
off the
you know,
dog.
that's just part of growing, and that's what we gotta get
So
to.
they had a plan. You have a lot of people that are just picking up and saying, oh, this poor dog, look, it's, you know, this poor cat. And then you see a couple of days later, oh, well, so-and-so picked him up and put him in their house and
Well, we gotta get.
kind of stole him. Yes, it was cute, you know?
We have to have a plan.
Officer, for
Yeah.
it's gonna cost the parents.
It's gonna cost money.
Mr. Lewis, so since what Ms. Leonard is trying to, wants to, present to the jury, and this proposed change to this amendment, it's like completely different. So I just, when it's time for you all to vote at the meeting, you probably just wanna take no action and let her do a presentation at the next meeting to set a public hearing for the ordinance, because we're gonna, an ordinance is gonna have to be put together.
May I add one thing, Mr. Oliver? In Baton Rouge, their ordinance for feral cats, that's what I'm gonna be talking about, strays and ferals. These are cats that are gone native, they're wild. They can't be rehomed, there's nothing, they're like a raccoon or any other wild animal. Baton Rouge has an ordinance that tip cats, and if anyone traps a cat that's been tipped, just one ear, which means it's been spayed or neutered or fixed, they release it and they are allowed to roam freely. Now, I guess if one animal becomes a nuisance, typically what you have is feeders. You have someone that took in a stray cat, when they find out it costs $200 to fix it, you know, and then you start breeding. And I don't understand, you know, how you can have 40 cats and not try to. That's when they call and it's like, oh my God. But we have free resources from nonprofits that in the meantime are available to our parish specifically.
We'll take this until your presentation.
Yes, sir, I'm gonna include as much information. I also would like, I'm gonna do a PowerPoint. I'd like to give you guys each an electronic copy of it, so that you'll have the information. I've got links for further information if you have questions and so forth, and I'm gonna try and give you as much information. Now, my presentation itself, because I could go on for hours, which I'm gonna give you the information and just briefly. Thank you very much.
You're gonna give it for the next meeting. You're gonna give it for the next meeting.
Yes, sir, it's already ready. I just need to make sure my tech is compatible and how you guys are.
Thank you, Ms. Leonard.
Yes, sir, thank you
Next
very
on
much.
the agenda, the public input and comments on proposals and the plannings on the, the two, section 12, reference to grandfather, or middle component use of the land and stuff. Just wait. Mr. Williams?
Not sure if this is Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Did you want to speak on this?
On his grandfather,
Yes,
who
sir.
placed on the agenda? For public input.
Your financial advisor, your legal advisor.
Sam put it on there.
We need to talk to him.
to put a time frame on that grandfathering clause?
Yeah, I think we submitted a grandfather clause to the jury. Y'all have some questions about that?
So if you look in your binders, up the green underlined portion is the portion that's, proposed to be added.
That actually was in the ordinance when we created the ordinance, but the zoning commission took it out at some point. You know, it was just like a termination date. They took it out, and that means it didn't terminate after that point. So I think that we suggest that you put it back in. You're going through some litigation right now, and they may have made a recommendation to you too about that. I'm not gonna discuss it in an open meeting, but.
Propose putting that back into the ordinance.
Yeah, that's all it's doing, that's what I can do.
It might be necessary to have some changes, wait until it's 15.
That you still can lose your grandfather after 6 months.
6 months.
That's if, no, if it goes unused.
Yeah.
Yeah, if nothing else is done with it.
The person can come back and say,
Yeah.
because this use was before, you want to continue using it. After 6 months, you can start. And you're coming from the public. No question from the jury. You understand what he's saying, right? We'll put it back in.
Yeah.
Then don't take it out.
So we can get putting it back in.
Any question from the audience? Comment? If not, you close the public hearing, you better follow the meeting, motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
It's been already used, 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was, and then that guy, what do you, this, that field goal right here. Is that what it's?